I'm live. Welcome, Lions. I haven't been on in a few days, so I wanted to make sure I can give a big thanks to you, Lions. I love all the 100% hearts. Thank you. It's Labor Day, September 2nd, 24. Thank you for joining my live. I really appreciate it. I sure do. So much to talk about, so much to repeat. Like I've said, I get a lot of comments, so many comments. Why don't you stop repeating yourself? Well, I keep repeating myself because there's 8 billion people that haven't heard my story. They don't want the truth out. Thank you so much for joining my live video. Please share my live video. Let's get this world. I am John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. That's the name my mother and father gave me. I am exposing the biggest crime ring this world has ever seen. My story should be all over the news, but it's not. Why isn't it? Because we're in huge trouble, people. We really are. It concerns me each and every day. The media has been taken over. Big business has taken over everything. It's taken over the government. Why? Because we're a commodity. If we weren't a commodity, there wouldn't be any child trafficking or, it's huge. But we are a commodity. We support these billionaires, big business people just like Donald Trump. That's not even Donald Trump. It's called identity theft. I wrote a book, plug for my book, Stolen Identity, Unveiling the Real John Kennedy Jr. Please see the reviews on Amazon. Check them out. You can really tell the people that really read the book and then the haters. They don't want the truth out. They don't want the truth out because truth hurts. The people they put in place are the worst candidates in the world. I don't care who they are. It's a crime ring. When did we get the mindset? When did we get the mindset? We the people, that's what our country's founded on, us, that we have to vote for the people they throw in front of us. When are we going to put a stop to that and get the best candidate, the most qualified candidate to run the country, to keep us safe, to keep the our future, our children's future, to prosper? And look at us now. Amen, Lee. This country has gone effing crazy. Yeah, it really, really has. And it's not going to get better until we, the people, fix it and make it better. It's not. It really isn't. People need to understand what I'm trying to share. What I'm trying to share is we're all brainwashed. We've all been lied to. The candidates that we put in place, your vote does not matter. Your vote has never mattered. People think it does. People are waving their flags for either side, and it's the cabal. It really is. But people are convinced that one candidate or the other is going to save them. They're not. They're not. They're just going to keep making things worse for us until we have nothing. They came from my family, people. They came from my family. They took my loved ones away from me. They came from my family. They stole everything, billions of dollars. They used identity theft. They put the man in my place at 10 years old, a member of the cabal, a member of organized crime. They took my sister away. They replaced my sister. They took my mother away. Everybody knows they took my father away. Everybody knows that. It was the takeover of the United States government. I'm screaming it. I'm trying to share. I want justice. I want my name back. There's so many haters. There's so many people negative. If you can find anything negative about what I'm trying to share, you can't, because it's all positive to lift us up. Bill Messer, Saturday, coming up next week. Well, at the end of this week, yeah, we're going to do an interview Saturday, 8 o'clock, East Coast time. Check it out. I met Bill not too long ago. He's got a wonderful heart. And we're going to be doing a live Saturday, 8 o'clock Eastern time on Facebook. I'm hoping he gets something a little better than the cell phone where we can go off of, because they don't. Facebook's hacked bad. It really, really is. I've been sharing my story on Facebook for 8 years. I was hacked over and over and over again. I had thousands of subscribers on my Facebook, and I'd get on and do a live, and I'd have 2 people there. That was it, 2. They don't want the truth out. I've been sharing for years, trying to get the truth out, but we got to do what we got to do. Old school. Me and King Smarty. King Smarty has been a blessing. Check that out. Wouldn't that be cool if this right here, this dog tag, this pendant, this jewelry, this went world? Just think of it. If it went world, just think of if this book went world. So here's what this is. King Smarty spent thousands of dollars and sent me these come in rainbow, black, silver, and gold. They are stainless steel. They have Source Directives logo on the back. They're awesome. Just think if it went world like the Mood Ring did. We could get our story out then. Just think if this became a #1 book. We could get our truth out then. We could expose these people for what they do, and it's not good. Like I was saying a minute ago, they replaced my loved ones. Why did they do that? I get asked that question all the time. If you have to ask why, just think about it. It's over money and power. You have the power, you can get the money. You have the money, you can get the power. But they did that along with the help of Donald Trump. You know, here's a good example of how you are brainwashed. Donald Trump, best friends with my replacement, best friends with the Clintons, best friends with Epstein, best friends. Donald Trump helped sell my loved ones' possessions at Trump Tower with Sotheby's auction. They made millions of dollars. Here's another great example. I saw this not too long ago on a video. Donald Trump's nephew, I believe it was his nephew, entrusted Donald Trump with millions and millions and millions of dollars. Millions. And he's on there making videos saying Donald Trump stole it all. He stole it all. Well, guess what? He stole it all because he's not Donald Trump. Does his nephew even know he's not Donald Trump? Has his nephew read my book that he's not Donald Trump? Does he know identity theft has taken over? The cabal, our shadow government, they're huge. They're huge. They replace people. Are they coming to replace you? Are they in the long run? Well, let's get the story out so they don't. Let's get the story out so they don't steal the dirt right under your feet. They stole everything from me. Everything except my heart, my soul, and my ability to share the truth any which way I can. That said, King Smarty sent me a pendant. I had it sitting here. I was sitting here a minute ago. Anyway, he sent me a pendant, and he said, John, this is for your post-traumatic stress disorder, because I got it bad. I've had it bad all my life. Like I've said, every time I turn around, I got to be careful. There's been so many attempts on my life to take my life, so you don't hear what I'm sharing. But he sent me a pendant. He said, this will help. And it does. But King Smarty spent thousands of dollars. He said, let's get your truth out. He said, you sell these, John, and we can expand your story and get it out to more people. This is awesome. There you go. It's got the cover on my book, and it says "Stolen Identity" on the front. It's got on the back it says "Unveiling the Real John Kennedy Jr." And these are so shiny, you just touch them and your fingerprints smudge them. It's got King Smarty. King Smarty is the CEO of Source Directives. He has a heart of freaking gold, that man. Like I said, he spent thousands of dollars. He said, let's get your story out. I don't want nothing. I'm sending you this. Maybe we can get your story out. You sell them and help make your life get better. And let's help get the story out. You imagine wearing one of these and the people that will ask you questions. Where'd you get that? What's all that all about? And you can say, this is the biggest cover up this world has ever seen right here. This man, all the photos you see of a child, and he was replaced by our very own government. It's a huge, there's so many good things that can come out of these, and King Smarty sent me a bunch to sell and get the truth out. Thank you all, Lions. You all are so appreciated. Yeah, Chris, thank you for sharing that. These are $122 and shipping is included. I got to figure out another way, though, because people in other countries want one, and I will lose big time sending them to Australia and every other place. I sent a T-shirt to Betty Blue before she passed away, and she lived in Ireland, and it was like $30 to send one T-shirt to Ireland. Crazy price on shipping nowadays, but everything's crazy. We need to fix that. But thank you, Chris, for sharing that. I was buying thank you cards and envelopes to send them in and things like that. Now, envelope anymore costs you $2 for a padded envelope. And the lady at the post office said you could send it priority in our envelopes for $11. So if you send $122, you'll get it sent priority mail. King Smarty is sending me a printer and everything to make my life a little easier. So when we do sell them, it'll be easy. I'm selling them right now at my P.O. box. I got Cash App and PayPal. www.jfkjr2024.com. Katie is going to be putting them on the website, I believe, when she gets some good pictures up. So you'll be able to go on there and check out the information on there. But let's make this world. I've always hated when I've gone to church my whole entire life, many different, I was raised when I was a little kid as a Catholic. But no matter what church you go to, at the end of the service, they pass around the pot. I've always hated that. I really have. But with that said, you got these politicians, and they're on all the news media all the time. Costs a lot to advertise. Mega bucks. And we are little David, and they are Goliath, and we're trying to get the truth out for so many good causes and so many good reasons. And they got billions, and they don't want my truth out. And we have very little funding, just about none. And we're trying to get it out every which way we can. So, with all that said, I was sitting here this weekend, just relaxing, and it's been hot here still in Arizona. It makes you have a brain fog when it's that hot. It really does. It makes you tired. You sleep during the day. You stay up at night when it's cool. I kept thinking about the RICO Act and the mafia and what the government does. They put their laws in place. We need to use those laws against them, because the United States government is the biggest criminal crime ring this world has ever seen. It is so huge what they get away with. But this was 1987, I believe. In 1987, I was talking with a Secret Service agent. He was an undercover agent. This man was extremely good. He could be anybody he wanted to be. He spoke so many different languages. But I was hanging out with him, and he told me he watches television to get his information. Why? Because Hollywood is what's running this country. You get the Hollywood actors. Think about it, Ronald Reagan, Donald Trump. They get all their masks and makeup and clones and doubles and everything from Hollywood. It's huge. They have so much power. I was a Hollywood actor as a child. They stole my career. They've stole everything from me. My career as an artist, as a Hollywood actor, from all the shows I was on. They're so powerful. People don't realize how powerful these people are within Hollywood. But he told me he would watch TV. He said, Sundays I don't do anything but watch TV. With that said, so I go back and I watch television. I don't watch the news, not at all. If the news comes on, I turn it off, turn the channel, because I don't want to be affected by their brainwashing and their control. So I watch the old time programs. One thing I watch a lot is Alfred Hitchcock and Perry Mason, and you learn so much from these old shows. And even in the 70s, it was all about killing, all about murder, but it was all telling you stories. You know, that Secret Service agent told me in the 80s that he would get all his information on Sunday watching old programs and things. But I watch a ton of it. And why? It's to learn. It's to learn things. And the cabal is huge. Just like when I was young. I'll be honest, I watched porn. I did. Why? Why did I watch porn? Because it's a billion-dollar industry and you can learn so much. They're actors, just like Hollywood. If you don't watch it, you won't learn. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in there because they're making billions of dollars in the porn industry. And you imagine being an FBI man sitting there watching porn all day trying to find out crimes that they're putting right in front of you. But anyway, what do you get out of an Alfred Hitchcock program? I mean, this was huge. Alfred Hitchcock. What is it about? Identity theft? I've seen a couple different programs. You got one guy, he kills his boss. This is an Alfred Hitchcock program. Well, guess what? His boss is dead, but his boss comes back to life with identity theft. Straight up. Alfred Hitchcock, they're putting it right out there, identity theft. And all of a sudden, the man that took that man's spot on the program is extremely wealthy. But what else is Alfred Hitchcock about? A husband killing his wife, the wife killing the husband, planned bank robberies and murder. That's all it's about. But, you know, they're putting it right out there what they do. The scenarios are probably real life scenarios, and they made a television show to share to the cabal what they were doing. Perry Mason. Everybody's seen Perry Mason. But one thing that really got me is Max Quigley put a gun in my son David's hand when he was very young, trying to get him to pull the trigger and kill me in my sleep. Luckily, I woke up and seen what was going on, jumped up, had a fit. But my older brother, Max Quigley, was putting a 38 special in my son David's hand when he was just a little tyke, and he was trying to coax him to pull the trigger. Well, if you watch Perry Mason, there was a kid named David. My son's name was David. My name was David on Perry Mason. And they were talking about a dog, but if you put all the scenarios and the plots together, The shows like Murder, She Wrote. These shows are exposing the cabal. They're telling you in these old programs and things. Just like Ozzy. I met Ozzy at a very young age. I believe he was in Oakland, California. But they did a video. It was Black Sabbath, War Pigs. Check out that video because that video is exposing their plan. It's sharing. Not everybody likes rock and roll. Not everybody listens to rock and roll. Turn on the video, turn the volume down, and you will see in that video the cabal in their suit, three-piece suits sitting there. And then you will see the workforce. You will see the workforce like puppets, like slaves, like we are. And then you will see the killings of what they are doing. They switch. Like, think of John Kennedy as a little boy. So they're not going to just put John Kennedy Jr. standing there. They're going to put a little girl in my place. So you can figure it out. You know, you got to do is switch the sexes, but you can see the storyline. But my point is they put it right there in front of you because the cabal, they run Hollywood. They run the music industry. And another huge thing that people don't realize is sporting events. They get them in college, football, wrestling. All of it is controlled by the cabal. It's huge money makers. How do I know this? Kobe Bryant, Shaq. Once they get you, think about Shaq. Every commercial, there's so much. They go to Shaq. Why? Because he's a member. Kobe Bryant was a member. I was sitting on a couch one day, and Kobe Bryant and Shaq walked in. That's right. Why? Why did that happen? Think about it. They were taking me around, and I was meeting everybody. What happened? I don't know. Why? I don't know. But I was shown so much. And whoa, with that said, I have gotten a few comments since I've started sharing. I've been sharing my story now publicly for 8 years, trying to get it out. The biggest story this world has ever heard of, what they did, what they are doing. They don't want it out, but I've been sharing for 8 years. And somebody gave me a comment, and they actually wrote it in a letter that Robin was reading to me the other day and said, I have killed. I have committed murder. Whoa! No. I have never, ever committed murder. Ever. So let's get that shit straightened out right now. I have never, ever committed a murder. Have I taken someone's life? Yes. Have I been in war zones? Yes. Have I wanted? And it's not even murder, but have I wanted revenge? Yes. When I was 15 years old, I wanted revenge. I was crying. I was going crazy. My loved ones were being killed. My loved ones were being replaced. I was told there's nothing I could do. Wayne came up to me. He said, let me do your killings for you. But was it killings he was doing? Because we had to sit back. There has been so many times we were trying to catch bad guys. So many times. I was the worm on the hook. I was sitting in the back seat of a car. This is one example of what we had to do. I was the worm on the hook. We had to catch the bad guys. It's not like, okay, I know you're a bad guy and I know you're a bad guy, but we had to catch the bad guys. So when I'm sitting in the back of a car and somebody reaches for their weapon and starts raising it towards me, then you can eliminate the problem. That's not murder. That is not murder. That's self-defense. That's finding bad guys right there. But if I ever went to somebody's house, went in their house, no, I could tell you many stories that is not me. If anything, I'd go into their house and wake them up and say, hey, people are coming for you. You need to wake up. You need to get out of your house because these people are very powerful. That's one story I don't think I've ever shared. But actually, me committing murder. Never. I was asked to commit murders by the cabal to become part of their secret organization. But there's a big difference between murder and self-defense and getting justice. But being a worm on a hook, it's a totally different scenario. So just so you people that have sent comments and made comments that I have murdered, far from it, people. I have never committed murder. I have defended myself. And other people's have protected me. So, yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because that really breaks my heart when I'll read a letter and somebody's saying that I have committed a murder. No, 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 no. Sorry, that's not what John's about. I was asked to commit, this was probably in the 70s or 80s. I was asked to commit murder, and I was told that, oh, yeah, we'll build you up and we'll give you the riches like you ever never saw. Crazy riches if you kill someone. And I was like, I would rather be naked, barefoot, walking through the woods before I took somebody's life for no reason, just for power and money. But, yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. But, yeah, I jump all over the place. I apologize. 1 minute I'm talking about Hollywood sporting events. You remember OJ. Anyway, my point is the cabal have taken over everything if it involves a dollar bill. But here goes back to Donald Trump. They're thrown at you, people. The same people that don't want my story out, that don't want the truth out, will put Donald Trump on the news. We'll put Harris on the news. We'll put these sellouts on the news. Bobby, my so-called cousin, sold out. They do it all the time. It comes with age. You can see it. If you remember Ross Perot, if you remember how they work, you can see that they are all the same crime ring. You get Bobby Kennedy standing up there and endorsing Donald Trump. He was running for president as an independent. Why did he backstab all his supporters by turning to Donald Trump? They were going to him because he was not Donald Trump. Anyway, he touched his nose like many videos you've seen. That he knows I'm alive, and I know he's a fake. I know Donald Trump is a fake. It goes back to identity theft and how they are taking over the country. It's so huge. Anyway, please share. They don't want you to know my truth. They don't want you to know what I've learned growing up, the son of a president. They don't want you to know. I want you to know because it's that important to me. There's something, people wonder why I'm doing this and everything else. There's been so many people that die fighting for this country, and it will be for nothing. I don't want this country to fall. It's already fallen in the hands of these criminals. It really has. People are brainwashed. They have been lied to, but it is so sad. I'm here in Arizona, and I see these American flags going down the road, and I'm like, bless their heart, and then I see a big Trump flag. Trump is the cabal. They all are the cabal. These people living middle-class poverty, voting for Trump, thinking he's going to change things. He thinks a billionaire in a suit that would steal money from his own family members. But I really wish I could tell his nephew, hey, you got ripped off because Donald Trump isn't Donald Trump. He has no problem stealing your money. Maybe if he was the real Donald Trump, he wouldn't have ripped you off. Maybe he wouldn't have ripped me off. But it's huge what's going on. We need to expose these fakes. We need to expose the cabal. They are taking away our freedom of speech. Anyway, I keep jumping around. I apologize for all the jumping around. Jamie Holt, thank you so much for sharing my story. Roar. I appreciate it. Jelly Bean, like, so many wonderful comments. I thank you all so much. Um, so many people get kicked off. I got taken off of TikTok. I started a platform and I was on TikTok. I believe it was last year. I gained 45,000 followers and was growing. I was like, this is a platform that's finally going to get the truth out to the world. Maybe we can break through the ice. And they took me down. Well, these lions keep sharing and getting taken down. Brenda Scott Price is working on her fifth count, I think. She's a true lion. Diamond Point was just taken down. I believe it was Diamond Point. Anyway, oh, I see Diamond Point on here. But anyway, these lions get taken down and they build new accounts. They hold up. This is how powerful this book is. They hold up the book and they get taken down. Right here on YouTube, Dr. Kia Price. Awesome lady. She held up. She did an interview with me. She did 2 interviews with me. They took her channels down. She held up the book and said, you got to read this book. They took her down. Some people, I don't understand why people do what they do. I really don't. I know one thing they do because I learned it at a very young age, how they throw in spies your way. I really have. Spy versus spy in the White House, it gets so complicated, but they will put spies. Yes, spies. They might not even know they are spies, but they are spies. And they are thrown in to get intelligence. It's huge what they do to try to get intelligence. So when I was sharing my story, the Q movement came out. All this crap came out. You got Donald Trump Jr. trying to say George Onassis, John is still alive. You got all this spin coming out. It's all crap. And I even forgot where I was going with that because there's so much crap. But sometimes I can't figure people out why they'll share my story 1 minute and then not share it the next, and then totally turn against me. It's hard enough without all the flip-flopping to get the truth out to the world, to try to help this world make it a better place and say, hey, the people that are running things aren't very nice, and I'm telling that from my past experiences. But sometimes I just sit back and watch and listen and learn and find out why, because it's so hard to figure out what's in somebody's mind and why their reasons are what they are doing and all this other stuff. Sometimes it's best just kick back and say, hey, I can wait, see what's going on. But I plan on buying one every shirt. There's a lot of good stuff on that website, but just to make it clear, it's not my website. That website was started to help promote me and get my story out. Mama Butterfly started that. She's selling some awesome shirts. I thought I had one here. She sent me some. I've been wearing them and sharing them. I went to that website. It's a wonderful website. I talked to her. She might be putting these pendants on there. But this is a great way. I pray all the time that my book gets #1, takes off, but we're hindered. We're blocked from getting the truth out. King Smarty spent thousands of dollars so I could sell these, make a buck, and get the story out all at the same time. So I got big plans. But yeah, I'm hoping she will put these on that website. Was it David Keith Quigley? I don't know what your question was, but the name my mother and father gave me was John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. After my father's assassination, the government stepped in, our shadow government, and I don't know what all happened, but they gave me the name David Keith Quigley. I had a Hollywood acting career. That name was Richard Steele. I was taught by so many great Hollywood actors, stars. I was taught by so many great artists. I met so many people, but I don't know what the question was. But David Keith Quigley is the name the government gave me. It's the name that's on my photo ID right now. I have a birth certificate. I believe it's totally fake, but whatever happened to the real David Keith Quigley, I don't know. There's so many unanswered questions that they don't want you to know, and we're trying to share it. David Keith Quigley, what's on my birth certificate is 1966. That's the birth certificate I hold. There's a 6 year difference. 6 year difference. Now, was that done so they could never find me? You got to remember, these are the most powerful people in the world. And the name they gave me, David Keith Quigley, the birth certificate says I was born January 15th of 1966. So there was a 6 year difference. There were 6 years. I never had a birthday party from the Quigleys. The Secret Service is the best of the best. What happened with the Quigleys, what happened with the Kennedys, it's huge at the top. It's a constant war. It's a constant battle to take the United States government and the power of the United States government. There's so much people don't realize that what is going on. It's not pretty. It's not. But everything has to be secret. They don't advertise. They don't tell you. They don't want to tell you. It's bad enough with the wars going on trying to take the power of the United States. It's the big prize. The United States government is the big prize. They own us like a commodity. We are the big prize for them. And they're always fighting over it. You got all these other countries. They know the United States of America is the big prize. So what are they trying to do to take that big prize? They're trying to put politicians in place all the time, constantly. They want the big prize. And they're billionaires. They are billionaires. Anyway, much love, much respect. You lions are awesome. You lions are totally awesome. Keep sharing. Don't ever give up. Share this video. Tomorrow, Sue Greenwald, the beautiful Sue Greenwald. We're going to do a live. King Smarty might join us. King Smarty is an awesome man with an awesome heart. You know, people badmouth, and I don't know why they do, but you get somebody like King Smarty that sends me thousands of dollars, said, let's get your story out. Let's do it. How can you badmouth somebody like that? But I don't know. But anyway, we're going to do a live tomorrow afternoon. I don't have a time yet. We'll see. So stick around. It'll be on YouTube. Sue Greenwald, Awakened Stories. Saturday, Bill Mezer. Check him out on Facebook. Wonderful guy. He's got videos of our last interviews. There's videos. Kia Pruitt has videos. So many wonderful people sharing the story. Thank you all so very much. There's plenty of videos. I've made hundreds of videos, probably thousands of videos trying to get the truth out to the world. They don't want it out. We're trying to get it out any which way we can. But thank you all so much for your wonderful comments. You lions. I mean it with all my heart. Thank you. Because it's up to us. We are the key. I'm sharing my story. I'm hoping people use my story. I'm putting my life, I'm not just making this crap up. I am putting my life on the line to expose the truth to the world. They don't want it out. So it's up to us working together, my story with you sharing it to get the truth out to the world. So we can expose what's really going on, the criminal activity, how they are brainwashing you, how we've all been brainwashed, how we've all been lied to. You know, they put two candidates in front, and neither one of them are worth protecting us and keeping us safe and keeping, you know, I was getting ready to go, but I got to say this. You get Harris up there. They're spending millions and millions and millions of dollars trying to get her in as president of the United States. She's vice president now. Why is she saying, I will do this and I will do that if I become president? She's vice president now. Why isn't she getting off her ass and doing it now yesterday? Then you get Donald Trump saying, I will do this and I will do that when I become president. He was already president. Why didn't he do it then? Because they are the cabal. They want to prosper. They want us to be slaves. We are the key. It's time we woke up and stop allowing them to put the worst candidates in place. Quit allowing them to control us from the media and every other thing. It's time we all united. It's time we all became free. It's time we took the chains off and woke up, people. Please. I thank you, Brother Henry. I thank all you lions with all my heart and soul. I thank you all for all the wonderful comments. Anyway, please keep sharing the truth. Keep sharing the story. Let's get it out. Let's make this world a better place, because that's what I'm all about, people. I'm all about trying to save this country, take it back from the cabal, give your children a future, make this world a better place all around the world. And, tomorrow is Tuesday. It's the start of a new week. I've been trying to relax and everything else. But anyway, with all my heart and soul, Lions, thank you. Keep sharing. It's up to us to take this world back. And we can. We can. So have a great week, people. Peace out. It's tomorrow, Sue Greenwald, Awakened Stories. See us there. We don't have a time yet, but check it out. Peace. Good night.